we only about I think 3 4 months in the year, and we're almost in our fourth month of the year, and you know, the year 2024, man. Just from my experience, I think like I like I predicted, this is the year of exposure, and a lot of people are getting exposed out here, man. Like you have a bunch of you know things that have been tucked away and never talked about and heard about in the forefront of society that it seems like now people are talking more about. And just overall with like the P Diddy situation, like I never liked Puff Daddy. I always thought Diddy was gay, and I never was really into his music. P Diddy to me, um, he was just another like I think the first coon ever. Because he tried to appeal to the black youth at the time in the '90s when he had made his record label Bad Boy, you know, and from there he just kind of grew and grew up until the mid to early 2000s where he started becoming one of those like big hip hop figures, or figureheads as you might call it. But I was never really up on P Diddy, and Diddy was one of those niggas that, in my opinion, I think should have been canceled a long time ago. But to me, it's like 30 years too late, man. Because, like, it's a bunch of things that this man has done that have been talked about, but it's because he's so deep in the industry where he's protected and he can't really do any wrong. He he's deeply rooted in the industry. I'll say that, and you know his brand, his reputation, his name, all that shit. For the longest time, it has, you know, it's never been stained. It's never been tainted. But I think now, um, with the Sierra thing, you know, suing him and then actually winning, you know, that snowballed into what we're in right now, and I'm fucking surprised. It's like to be very honest with y'all, cause you know, P Diddy is one of those like figures. Like I said, never been in anything like controversial or legal to where he's lost. But P Diddy is just one of many black names in black Hollywood that has never been doing no wrong and gotten in hot water or canceled. You know, with this nigga Diddy, it's like 30 years too late, man. But I'm glad people are finally exposing these frauds, man. Like a lot of people, I just don't fucking like. Black Hollywood, I don't like a lot of these niggas. A lot of these niggas are bootlicking coons and a bunch of yes men, and women. They've never done shit for the black community. They've never, you know, influenced people to actually do good in the community. They've never, you know, out of their time and day, given actual good advice to people. They've never put people on, and they don't have any good intentions, for really not even just black people. Maybe if you were white, you probably might look up to these figures, but it's like, Nine times out of ten, they ain't doing shit for y'all. So at the beginning of the year, I remember Cat Williams um was talking about all this shit. Niggas wearing dresses, the Medea shit, niggas doing a bunch of gay shit, niggas fucking, you know, tucking their tail between their legs, a bunch of shit. But my thing is this, man, like when that came out, niggas was watching it and all that, and it's like I don't disagree with Cat Williams, but when was all this already not said? Like this has been said for years, but we as niggas we could all talk about it, but it's another to actually implement some type of action. You know, with the whole niggas in the dress thing, I don't know how many times I have to say this shit on this channel. I don't know how many times I have to like put this issue out to the world, but there literally is an agenda for niggas wearing dresses. And why is it that a black man like me, you know, and many others who doesn't like seeing this image, why are our voices not being heard? You know, I know why, but I want you as the audience member to really like understand that if you don't do something for the white man that's degrading, you won't get put on. Everybody in Black Hollywood has done something degrading. And I'll say this: the niggas wearing yarmulkes love seeing niggas in dresses, niggas being emasculated, niggas, you know, performing sexual acts on each other, and they find this as entertainment, which is sickening. It makes my stomach turn, and it makes me want to track the niggas down that do like that, want to direct that type of shit, and just I'm trying to keep it PG on this channel, but nah, it just that type of shit just don't sit well with me. Like, you know, and as black people, niggas worship bullshit. Like, niggas love looking up to these dumbass black bootlicking coons out here. You know, we look up to like niggas look up to niggas like R. Kelly, P. Diddy, motherfucking, you know, niggas like Dr. Dre, niggas like motherfucking Ice Cube, you know, niggas like motherfucking, you know, Earthquake and shit. You know, niggas like Dave Chappelle, you know. And some of those niggas, you know, I do fuck with. But others, fuck no. But does that make me, is that gonna make me successful because I look up to people richer than me? Probably not. So, if you look up to somebody that's richer than you, that has little that has little to no impact on the people that they try to inspire. What do they? Do you really think they give a fuck about you? Do you really think if Will Smith just walked through the door, right, into your house or whatever, do you really think the nigga will give like will make you feel a certain type of way and be your friend for life and try to make you inspire others? Probably not, you know. So it's like I'm I'm getting sick and tired of the niggas looking up to bullshit. Like, you know, I think we in an age now where, you know, trying to find out all this shit about these celebrity niggas, I'm starting to come to terms. I finally think it's starting to stop because every famous nigga that you know on TV who's a rapper, musician, artist, even a painter, I don't know, is is weird. And there's a lot of skeletons in the closet. You know, there's a lot of skeletons that are being taken out of the closet. There's a lot of people coming out of the closet, and there's a lot of people that are finally talking about issues that have happened over almost 2 decades ago, right? You know, with these same black celebrities, if not just regular celebrities, you know. And as black people, we always want to look up to these damn entertainers. Like, let's take TD Jakes for example. My parents used to watch this nigga a lot. But after I found out that he's been, you know, touching on young boys and shit, stealing money from the church, doing money laundering and shit, like, you literally have to get a ticket just to go to this nigga's church. You know, you have to pay just to get in church. Like, what type of bullshit is that, man? Like, but this is what y'all like. This is what entertains y'all niggas. You know, this is what gets a lot of niggas out the bed, and this is what they get off to. Like, you know, trying to entertain you and making you feel like you matter, making you feel like you you are worth the time, you know. And these people really don't give a fuck about you know. So I hate to break it to you, but a lot of these people are fucked up mentally, and you know, they're so fucked up to the point where there have been countless, you know, because we especially in the black community, one thing I know about black people, and this is some serious shit, so I want you to really like listen to what I have to say. But we know who's who, right? We just don't want to say it. And this program in our heads, the whole non-snitching thing, you know, is nothing but negativity, because we all know who is the drug dealer, who sleeps with kids, who does money laundering. We all know who's who. But it's not until the white man, or it's not until a Fed, or it's not until a nigga who interrogates the fucking community comes in and is all like, you have to, blend in just to get a word from a nigga, just to get some insight, you know. And this is why I can't stand niggas, is because the no snitching policy when it comes to, you know, low down, dirty, like predators, criminals, uh, you know, like just a bunch of a bunch of fucked up shit, man. You know, but as black people, we don't want to point the finger, you know, but even with like trafficking, for example, you know, and this year alone, all these famous niggas, everybody in Black Hollywood, all these, niggas be wearing yarmulkes and shit, their community, they're all being exposed for one thing. You know what that is? It's trafficking. But, you know, I'll keep my words pretty filtered. Um, Nobody wants to talk about this shit. Nobody wants to point out who is in charge of all this shit. Nobody wants to, you know, actually track down and put an end to this shit. Because it all goes back to the we don't want to snitch on niggas shit. And this is what I can't fucking stand. Like, if we really took the time out of our day, and just think about it, if we really took the time out of our day and we cleaned up the area, and when I mean cleaned up, we just clean out, like, we take out like the scum of the earth people, the criminals, the predators, you know, the drug dealers, all that shit. Our community would be 10 times better. It would be a safe place to raise kids. People wouldn't get shot. A lot of people would not get trafficked. A lot of children would not go missing. And, man, these are the things that I know when I talk about this, it's not gonna get views, man. It's not gonna get attention, just based off the fact that I'm not like most of these other YouTubers out here that just be putting out mindless content, you know. But on some real shit, man, I had a feeling this year a lot of people and a lot of things would be exposed because, you know, allegations are being thrown. Uh, you know, there's like solid concrete evidence of people missing, like children missing from cities and all that. And, you know, it's like ain't nobody want to talk about these things, you know. Ain't nobody want to really speak their mind because it's like to some people it's a sensitive topic. But just from the way I see things, I feel like for these celebrities, their time is up, man. And all that money and fame and attention that you get, it really doesn't matter anymore. Because, you know, what's in the dark comes back in the light. And there are countless of things that people have done in their everyday lives, like regular people, right? That they're not proud of. But when it comes to famous people, politicians, uh, people that work, specific places that I'm not gonna say, when the truth comes out, it hits harder because if you're seen in the public eye or not, based on your position, you're gonna have a type of image that you're gonna have to uphold. And with Black Hollywood, which is Hollywood in general, you know, I think last year there was a writer's strike. You know, this was the first sign that I knew, okay, maybe actors and actresses aren't being as important. You know, and the second was, uh, every actor has dirt on them. Everybody has dirt on them. You know, that's why if you're somebody like me, where you don't even go on social media, you don't take pictures of yourself, nobody knows shit about me, and you don't post anything or really talk about anything in your about your personal life, ain't nobody got shit on you. But if you a damn celebrity, politician, a nigga that be working with different types of groups, if you know what I mean. Oh yeah, nigga, if you get exposed, it's over, and you can't hide like at all. You could try to, but it's not gonna work, you know. But I'm glad most of these niggas getting exposed, man, because it's like to see the downfall of somebody that I don't even classify as human is something that needs to be seen more often. Because think about it like this, they have enough money anyways. They're pretty well off financially, so it's like they could deal with it, you know. Especially with Diddy right now, man. Like raided his house, detained his kids, found a bunch of you know disturbing things, found a tunnel under one of his houses and shit, and you know again, people know who's who with the black community. People know who is the predator, who is the drug dealer, who is the one that's organizing the trafficking, but nobody wants to say anything at all. You know, with Diddy himself, right? This is probably, I say, top 10 niggas who has been doing that fruity shit for the longest. Niggas knew. Niggas have been knowing. This has been a recurring joke for the past fucking 25 years. You know, so it was only a matter of time, man, because it's like, I can see why it took a minute, but, you know, we always know. But The way I see it, man, things are changing, and a lot of things are being brought back into the light. I mean, let's even talk about Dan Snyder. You know, this is somebody who it's not till now people have been, you know, coming out and saying he has touched kids. You know, he has been, groping children. You know, he has done a lot of heinous things to child actors, and people always been knowing this, but since most celebrities are in a powerful position, you know, it had to take a while for people to actually come out and expose him. And the documentary, I'm very surprised it's actually something that is constructed and put out for people to watch on a pretty open platform. I'm very surprised because if this was, let's say, 20 years ago, I'm not sure this would be a thing. But, man, we don't need celebrities to be idolized, and we need a lot more things to be brought out into the forefront, especially with, you know, I'd say the main three things: pedophilia, predators, and trafficking. You know, these three main and drug dealers. These three main things in the black community. If not, when celebrities do these things, you know, especially if you're famous, you could get away with that shit. But I think just this last message before I sign out, we as niggas, we need to take our own action. If you know, or if there are allegations, if there are, scratch that. If you for sure know and have concrete evidence that somebody is doing some illegal shit, or somebody is on the hush hush of, always fucking with minors and all that shit, it's like you have the opportunity to smoke them. I put that on God. You know, I just wanted to come out and talk about these issues. 'Cause as a black man, the, there are things that need to be discussed, and there are people that need to be put in jail right now. But maybe this is just the beginning, man.